not all of them because they're about a half hour each. But Crowder has an initial video, and then the Daily Wire responds, and then Crowder has a response video. Now we'll have to kind of just listen and sift through it because each one of these, I mean, the Daily Wire's video is goddamn hour long. So I'm not even going to watch the Daily Wire one. Fuck that one. But I'll explain kind of their position.
Yeah, from what I understand, he was offered $50 million to be on their network, and he said that's slave wages.
No, incorrect. His whole thing is the penalties at which these companies are going to take away from. It's not even. He says it's not even about him, but the fact is, through that contract, and it's the same contract they give whatever people they hire. If you just lose power.
No, I got it.
So
I had a false sense of security.
The whole thing is in the contract, if you lose monetization on YouTube and these other platforms and you get deplatformed for what you're saying, his contract stated that the fees that they would take from him added up to 110% of his what he was getting paid.
Oh.
So his whole thing is, how the fuck can you feel free? Can you feel like you have, if you're a conservative, whatever, YouTube, commentary, community, whatever you want to consider yourself, you don't have, the company doesn't have your back, because you then have to basically live by YouTube guidelines. And if you break any of the bullshit and or ever changing YouTube rules and lose monetization, that they were in the contract would like fee him like 20% of what he was gonna get. You know what I mean? So the quartering did the math, and I guess it's like 110% of what he would have been getting paid would be the fees they would take for him if he got deplatforms from different places.
So Ben Shapiro's being a real JOO.
Well, then, and we'll watch some video, but then the whole idea is the Daily Wire comes back and they really emphasize the money. Like the guy who talks about it emphasized this was 50 because they tried to make it an argument of like, no, to what you said, where Crowder was saying he was getting paid slave wages, and that's not it at all. Then he responded basically saying that everything he's saying, besides the fact that it was $50 million over 4 years, is bullshit. He's like, it's not about the money. He's like, I would love to have $50 million over 4 years. He's like, but I wouldn't be able to make that because of these guidelines. And he's got receipts. He recorded phone conversations with the guy. And the guy basically admits, yeah, because Crowder straight up asks him, if this was just some random small YouTuber, would they be getting hit with these same rules? And he said, yeah. And he said, so if somebody's got 100,000 subscribers and YouTube decides to demonetize them because of their bullshit rules, you would, and then the guy goes, well, if part of your thing is being on those platforms and you can't be on them, yeah, we're not going to pay you the same. So it's this idea that if you get into bed with Daily Wire, you do not have any safety for your opinion if you are on the right leaning side, because they're they're binding you by the bullshit YouTube rules that are out there, the woke culture rules.
Yeah, and I understand. I do understand there being some sort of penalty for being demonetized. Well, here's my other thing. So does that mean that they take all of like Crowder's intellectual property?
That's the other thing, is everything Crowder does, and that was another part of it, was they were locked into a certain episode number. So if they missed an episode, they're penalized. And
which I think is standard.
I mean, it depends, right? Like, I don't know. That's the thing, is I don't know how that works. I mean, podcasting is this isn't TV anymore, so if you are signing up with a big network such as this or the Blaze, sure, maybe it's standard. But these rules aren't the same as TV rules, so I don't know how it applies across the board. I don't know, how freeform it is in other areas.
Because even Stern has to hit a certain number of episodes.
I don't know about that. I mean, maybe there's a number there, but I mean, at this point, who's going to penalize them? Because I guarantee you, any issue they have at Sirius goes, I'll just fucking leave then. Like, he's got the leverage.
Well, at this point, I think they should let him.
I think they should get rid of his ass, considering he's been broadcasting from his home in Florida hypocritically for the past 3 years.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't know about since COVID, what's in his contract. But I know before COVID, he had a hit. It was like, and it was easy for him. I mean, it was like 200.
I mean, here's the thing. At this point, he's probably thinking retirement anyways. So, like,
Yeah.
odds are I guarantee you, he's the type of asshole that has his attorney go, if you're gonna dock, this is why you can't dock him in his contract, and if you keep this harassment, he's gonna leave the network. You know what I mean? Like, I guarantee you, he's got serious attorney fucking shit going on where he's just wrecking Sirius and its asshole.
I know. I know a couple of years ago, I remember them talking about it because Gary had to do something on a day he should have been off because they didn't hit their show mark by like 2 days. But there was some loophole where like Howard didn't have to be involved, but they had to have new content or something.
Yeah, Howard 101 became just a horse shit on Sirius. Like, I remember getting Sirius and liking Howard, and then Jen and I watched him or listened to him for a few years, and then he really started to go downhill.
Yeah, he was going downhill, and I would, not listen to him as much. And then COVID was just like that was it. Like I can't anymore. And
I'm still gonna say
and
that.
I wasn't traveling anymore, so
I'm,
my need for Sirius wasn't as much.
well, I am gonna say that his first contract with Sirius was some of his best shit, like of his entire career. Like, you have that early to mid '90s era, like let's say '89 to '96, and then you've got the Sirius XM era.
Well, Sirius is like '05.
Yeah, but that '05
Yeah.
era, that first 5 year contract where he was uncensored, that was good stirred.
I mean, I would argue there was some stuff in all of like the 2010s that was good. I wouldn't say it was great.
Early 2010s, like 2013 was like the last of the decent Stern. Maybe 2015.
Yeah, I wasn't even listening to it for Stern so much anymore. It was, you know what? I will say this: that dude can't interview.
Could interview. Now I listened to a couple of them recently. It's the same regurgitated bullshit.
Okay, well, but it used to be you could tell he researched the person.
Well, because you remember back in the day, his prodding questions actually like were prodding.
Yeah.
Now his delivery
How many
is
guys have you fucked?
yeah, like that certain. But now his delivery is just more of like an old dude, if that makes any sense. Like, it's like he repeats this question a couple times, and it's not in like a sly way. It's just like, but it's like you're turning into fucking Stuttering John, who's a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah, we don't have to go to. No, I don't know. It's just
I can say whatever I want. Fuck him.
I was just gonna say we don't have to go down that road again. We've done it.
I'll do it as many times as I want. Fuck you.
Oh, you know what? Fuck you, buddy.
Fuck you, buddy. I'm the South Park movie. My favorite part is when it's like, it's about democracy. It's about, and he's just like, Mr. American Ambassador. He's like, fuck Canada. I remember seeing that movie in fucking Michigan, and my dad didn't read anything about it. My mom and grandma went to bingo. It was either Thanksgiving or Christmas time, whatever, or middle of. We used to go there all the time for like a week at a time. And he was fucking bored, and he's like, he saw in the paper that the South Park movie was out, and he knew we watched it on Comedy Central, and so he took us, and he was sitting in the theater with a face of like, oh fuck. When Uncle Fucker starts to play, and it's a mix of like laughing, being like, I fucking took my kids to this, like what have I done, as he's laughing. But this is also the man that when we saw the movie Blade in the second run theater, the Davis, for $1.50, he laughed and associated women he worked with some of the vampires. Specifically, the ones where Blade injects the blue shit and their heads blow up. He was sitting next to me going, there goes Linda. True story. He's a psychopath.
Movie?
What's that?
Did he let you finish South Park?
Oh, yeah. We didn't leave. We saw the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
He was also weird. Like, he was okay with us, not okay necessarily, but he would tolerate us withstanding a movie like that. But then it comes like he rented Species. And to him, he thought it was just that movie's got a shit ton of nudity in it. And for him, he thought it was just like an Aliens ripoff sci-fi movie that we would all dig. And instead, it was every 3 minutes was like, close your fucking eyes. Like, I remember us watching that movie and being told to close my eyes, and I closed my eyes, and he's going, Jesus, fucking get on with it already. like he's fast forwarding.
He doesn't even want to see it?
Yeah, even he's like, this is gratuitous. But yeah, I remember all the time was like, cover your fucking eyes. Because it's like, we're watching a Van Damme movie, and, oh, tits. Which I didn't understand the whole cover your eyes thing. I mean, I don't know, maybe watch the movie before you watch it with your fucking kid.
No, I don't know. I could see that mistake.
No, but he would go to Blockbuster and rent like the hardest of our movies and just prepare for the tits scene to be like, cover your eyes. Like it's literally blood and gore and shit, and then it's like sex scene in a bathroom, and he's like, oh shit, cover your eyes.
To be fair, like that always really made me uncomfortable too.
Yeah, well, see,
like seeing sex scenes in front of your parents.
Well, at this age, I don't like. I get like if a sex scene comes on in a movie, I am at that point of like, can we move it along? Come on, let's get back to the movie.
No, but I'm saying like I'm 16, like whatever. They don't tell me to cover my eyes anymore. There's tits on the screen.
Yeah,
like I need to control my breathing. Like am I? Like...
You think that's awkward? Try watching WWF with your mom, and then they do the thong match.
Oh,
that was awkward.
Couldn't imagine.
Because my mom's over there critiquing these women's asses, and I'm like 15, and they all look great to me. Like she's over here like, oh, look at this one with her big. That's a big fat ass, and I'm like, yeah, it is.
What? Who is your mom to fucking talk anything?
Oh
about
God,
anything?
well, yeah. Well, she was a bridge troll. I found that out. I've been playing a lot of God of War Ragnarok, and I found my mom's lineage in it, and it's bridge troll lineage.
Did you answer those questions 3?
No, I got 2 of them wrong. I don't know why, but they were complicated math questions. She didn't know math. She's reading
no
from
woman
a book.
does.
I beat God of War.
They can't balance math equations.
Okay, that's one of my favorite Norm Macdonald jokes from SNL when he was doing the weekend, the whatever the fuck it was called, weekend update, and he had pie charts and he was talking about, most people the most people believe that women are involved in minor fender benders while men are involved in the more violent accidents that kill. And he's like, if you pay attention to the pie charts, they don't add up to 100%. He's like, that's because women did the math. And like everybody, and he's just like, the funny thing is a woman wrote that joke. How do you feel about that now, eh? And then you get to like another, and he's like, I'm joking. We don't hire women here. Fucking gotta love Norm Macdonald.
I don't not respect male to female trannies because they're trans. I don't respect them because they're women.
Ouch. Victor, your blatant sexism is something that may rip this podcast apart.
Women are stupid, and I don't respect them.
Jesus. Is this an episode you're not going to let the wife listen to?
No, she knows what that's from. It's all right.
What is it from?
John LaJoie. He's Taco on the League.
Never watched that show.
Well, you should. It's good.
There's a couple, like I really want to run through Sunny again, but at this point it's like 12 fucking seasons or something, or 13 seasons.
It's 15, I think.
Is it that many? Like, it's the same thing with South Park, because I'd love to revisit South Park, but fuck, man, there's not enough time for that.
No, the League, I think there's 6 or 7 seasons.
It got canceled because that dude lied about being in 9/11, man.
Yeah.
Fucking bad move.
That dude is funny.
I mean, when he's not lying about being in 9/11, maybe he's hilarious.
One of those things where, like, he was just trying to get attention and then...
Stupid. I will say, he just assumed nobody would ever fact check him. Like, they'll just take my word for it.
Yeah.
But that does disrespect everybody who's etched up on the walls over there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like...
it's stolen... Yeah, well, fuck Pete Davidson's dad. Fuck Pete Davidson. It's stolen valor to a degree.
No, for sure it is, but...
He's funny, though, man. I'm going to say, I know The League is the show that spearheaded Nick Kroll into popularity.
Yeah.
But people don't understand that Nick Kroll started where he really got attention was Reno 911.
Also true. And he wasn't he's funny on the league, but there's no characters. He's just a Jew.
Yeah,
like
he's
lawyer.
well, I mean, that's his character.
Yeah. He's a slimy Jew lawyer.
I tell you, if you want to watch a funny ass show, watch What We Do in the Shadows. That show
other
is
people have
beyond
told me.
funny. It's fucking like, it's just great. Nick Kroll is in it, actually. He plays a character, and he's not like a main character. He comes in and out. But no, if you want to like straight up, like surprisingly funny show, cannot highly recommend that enough.
I gotta say too, I've watched 3 or 4 episodes of it now. Shorzy, I'm not that impressed.
Shorzy is nowhere near as good as Letterkenny. Have you watched the new season of Letterkenny?
No, I don't think I've watched past like season 3. So
Why-
I don't know what they're at now.
Get off of Shorzy. Watch Letterkenny. They're at 6 now.
Yeah.
There's an episode in the new season where they address nudes leaking, and I'm pretty sure it's all because the chick's nudes leaked.
God. Oof.
She has a weird build though. She's like built for baby. She got a weird thickness in the center. Like if you tried
She's
to
probably Eastern European.
if you tried to tackle her, like you may not be able to do it. Like she got a good center gravity. If she's on a boat and it's capsizing, she'll be the most fucking stable.
But it's probably Eastern European stock.
She's Canadian, so who knows?
There's a lot of Eastern Europeans in Canada,
Well, I said who knows.
specifically in like I don't know, where are they?
Letterkenny. It's based off of whatever it is. It's based off of the town that the creator, the dude, the main guy,
Yeah, I
lived
think they're
in, grew
from
up in.
like I think that's British Columbia.
I'm pretty sure it's like a farming suburb of
Quebec.
well, it's close enough to Quebec. I will say the new season was good. They got the last couple seasons they got a bit away from what made the show. Like Wayne didn't fight anybody, like shit like that. And then in this last season they end the season with him and everybody just having a whole out brawl, which was nice to see again. It went back to a little bit more of the goofier shit too. I love the show. Shorzy was different, and it's because they made him like he's always crying and shit. Yeah, like it was I don't know, man. They flipped the character a bit for me to the dislikable degree.
Yeah, there's one thing I I do want to start doing with people. Like when I ask them a question, go, huh? Like right after.
Huh? But Shorzy shows up in the new season of Letterkenny too again. Like he's in there too somehow. They don't even really explain it unless we never finished the end of Shorzy, so I don't know if he like goes back at the end or something.
I don't know. It's like it's watchable, but like it's nowhere near as good.
Well, they almost like strip the machismo from the character. You know what I mean? Like he's less cocky and he's much more of like just kind of a scummy kind of fucking guy. You gotta remember when you first see Shorzy in Letterkenny, he's upside down pissing, and you're seeing fucking Wayne's jacked ass back.
Yeah, he's never that dude is jacked.
He's fucking jacked, dude. Like he's legit fucking ripped. And it works for his character of Wayne because he's just supposed to be like a farming. But yeah, no, dude's in good shape.
Chorin.
Yeah,
What are
Chorin.
we gonna do today, Chorin?
Well, that's like the thing. Like one of the episodes is all about what's the greatest potato chip in the new season. Like they get back to the goofier elements of it.
Yeah. Or like there's the one with a dog. Like he thinks the dog's dying.
Yeah.
And
My
it ends up
dog
it's
did
not.
die.
Yeah. Hey, I'm waiting for my dogs to die so I can get a cooler dog.
That's terrible. What is it? Wait, what's the next dog you want that's cooler? Like,
I went down a deep dive because my wife, we did a DNA
My
test on
wife?
one of my dogs.
I'm sorry.
My wife.
My wife. Go on.
She did we did a DNA test on one of our dogs.
Do they come back
Just
Cuban?
because- Yes.
Damn.
My dog is actually Elian Gonzalez.
Oh shit.
Remember that?
Yeah, in the closet. I remember the photo of him in the closet and like the dude with the fucking machine gun pointed at his face.
Yeah.
It's iconic.
Good.
Good? Just
Good.
yeah, get that little
Get those
illegal
Cubans out.
son of a bitch. Fucking Cubans
Fucking
making everything.
making.
Dude, all Cubans do is like get to Florida so they can get parts for their Oldsmobiles. Let them get new parts for the Oldsmobiles. They need them.
We don't even make parts for the Oldsmobiles anymore. Get out of here.
There's not one Chinese factory that can give these guys some fucking parts.
No, yeah, they do still make. They make a surprising amount of car parts for old shit.
Well, I'd imagine like
engines and stuff. Yeah.
Well, you got to imagine that like people buy cars off the line, but the real money is always in customization because you can charge whatever the fuck you want for a muffler for a '68 fucking whatever, you know.
Well, you can. Yeah. Well. Yeah. But no, water pumps and shit. Yeah, like there's companies that still make water pumps for like '68 Cadillac.
Okay. You're a mechanic, somewhat of a mechanical engineer. Can you explain to me why?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I think a job like yours, which isn't, I mean, you're a mechanic, but you handle high level shit. And when I say engineer, that also comes into when you talk about some of the softwares and shit that you've trained and learn how to use. That's where I bring like when you work on high level shit and it's not just simply like I'm doing an oil change or a brake job. You know, it's in my opinion, that's getting in the engineering field as well. Because you got to, I mean, you tell me all the time about where you got to do these workarounds. That's above and beyond what a normal mechanic would be dealing with.
Well, no, it's what I work with is all my workarounds are because I don't work for the dealer. Like the dealer mechanics they don't have to do all the workarounds. They have the shit. So, I mean, that's just
therefore they engineer nothing.
Right. There is actually in Europe and Africa and I think Asia, they do refer to mechanics as engineers.
I believe they should be. Like, don't get me wrong, there is a difference in classification of somebody who, when you think about like the actual direct, a mechanical engineer theoretically is somebody that can handle both realms, right? They can handle rebuilding, doing the actual labor, as well as programming and using, whatever electronical technology and shit like that as well, theoretically, or engineering ways to do a situation.
Yeah, in a perfect world, but mostly a mechanical engineer is like designing gears.
Programming robotics in a lot of fields too is huge for mechanical engineers right now. But my question, tell me how it makes sense that on my Ford Escape there is two different headlamp bulbs. Now I'm not saying one high, one low beam. I'm saying the regular headlight lamp has two different model number bulbs. It's the same fucking bulb. How does that make sense? Because there's the H11 and then there's like the 9065.
That's both made by Ford?
Well, they're made by whatever bulb company. I don't know. These are third party. I'm not buying from dealer.
So is that two different companies making a bulb?
I don't know. They all look like the same packaging, to be honest with you.
Because that's your answer.
That's
different companies,
stupid.
Two different numbers.
It's fucking stupid.
And then if you look at the back of the box, it probably says fits.
Probably. I gotta put it in.
Part number.
So I still haven't put in the headlamp yet. I gotta fucking get it done this weekend. But literally, I realized the bulb was out when we had really bad fog the one night, like 5 feet ahead of you visibility fog. And I'm like, I only have one beam. And then I realized that the right one was out. So I gotta fucking replace it. So then I go into AutoZone and I ask him, and I asked the dude, I was like, I read two numbers on what this is supposed to be online. Which one am I supposed to be grabbing? And he's like, what do you mean two numbers? And looked in his system. He's like, there's two fucking bulbs with this thing? It's like, you didn't even know? How am I supposed to fucking know? I don't work on cars.
It's probably two different companies met Ford specification. They decided to number them different.
And then they had like regular and super or some shit. They were like maxi pads.
Well, yeah, they make them like xenon and you can get halogen. Yeah, I know. I will tell you this: if you get halogen lights, ever, wear gloves.
I've read you should probably wear gloves if you're touching the bulb at all, like to not touch it. Otherwise, that'll burn that shit out.
I know on halogen, it's a big deal. Like even like, those square like work lamps you get that have like those little tube lights. On those, like they get so hot that your grease boils. like from of just the grease from your fingers,
Jesus.
and it pops them.
So I have looked into it, and fortunately, Ford makes it really easy to change the headlamp.
Well, that's good.
Like
Because some are not.
it's literally pop the hood, and there's just 2 rubber gaskets, one for high, one for low. Rubber gasket come in, and it's just you turn it, and it pulls out, and it's all one big piece, including the connector. Back in, put it, counter turn it, and then you're done. I haven't done it yet, but I'm hoping the weather this week. See, it's 29 degrees right now. I'm trying to do it when it's a little bit warmer, so it doesn't stick when I go. Because I know if it's really cold, it's going to stick when I go to turn that fucking headlamp in there. And I don't want to run the car a little bit to warm it up with high beams or anything, because then, I don't want to fucking do something stupid by accident.
I don't think it's that big of a deal in the cold.
We'll see. We'll see. But the problem is it's been very rainy and humid, and then it's now below freezing. So any moisture is going to lock shit up a little.
Yeah, but that's what your rubber O-rings are for. Anyway,
it's a Ford though.
That's how all headlights are. But do you know for a fact you can just reach in and grab it? Because I have to take 4 things off to get to mine.
See, that's the thing is, I double checked and I watched YouTube videos to make sure, and yes, and it's simple. But it depends. It's the manufacturer, dude. My brother and my father both have Hyundai vehicles, a Sonata and a Santa Fe. Their headlamps, either the head or tail lamps die. Although it's every 3 months their shit's dead. And to replace the headlamp apparently is a real pain in the ass. I guess on on the Sonata it's not so bad, but the Santa Fe, probably because the way they have the hood designed and where they boxed around the engine to save, whether it's aerodynamics or whatever, weight, whatever, I can imagine it's probably pretty cramped. Fortunately, from the videos I watched, the Ford is pretty open and should be pretty simple.
I think mine on one side is really simple, and mine on the other side, I have to take out the airbox, take out the airbox housing. It's a bunch of shit.
We take a lot of piss breaks because of your baby bitch bladder.
Well, hey, we're 40 minutes in right now.
Half hour.
Yeah, that's fair.
According to my clock, it's 28 minutes and 53 seconds. I am the timekeeper.
That's true. Also, you're supposed to give me a heads up when you're finishing up the other one.
Bro, you really want to go into this? I'm going to tell you why your whole thing of giving you a heads up is a fallacy. What time did you get?
I'm still late.
What time? Yeah, you're still late anyways.
I know.
But I was engaged, and the problem with giving you a heads up is I got to disengage from the podcast and then text you, and I didn't even think about it, frankly.
Oh, I get it. They're more important than me. I get it.
I don't have any problem waiting, which I wait for you every time, and I don't bitch, mind you, yet you, that's all I get. That's all I get. Yappa, yappa, yappa.
Because I feel bad.
Why?
Because I'm making you wait.
I don't. This is my night. I literally do a stream in the day. I do a live podcast, and then this is how I finish off my night. The hard part is tomorrow morning when I got to get up and do the shopping.
Ah, yes.
That's where the difficulty really comes in.
Tomorrow?
Work?
No.
Oh.
I have to take my daughter to another girl's birthday party.
That sucks. And it doesn't even suck because you have to take your daughter somewhere. It sucks because you got to. But it sucks because you got to interact with other people.
Yeah, I have to be on, and it's probably going to be with moms.
Yeah, you got to be charming and everything you're not.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to have a drink at fucking 10:30 in the morning.
I mean, there's no better way to wake yourself up than a good drinkaroonie. Get a mango teeny, maybe.
Well, I'm just saying to be personable and not good morning to you too, bitch.
Yeah. Hey, you know what I was doing last night? None of your fucking business.
One of the dudes that fucking works with me, I don't really.
You don't fucks with him?
In a small shop, I guess. No, I don't. I don't like him at all, really. And but he hit me with a good morning this morning, and I was like, "Yeah, sure is." Just kept walking. Didn't
you just under your breath are seethingly hating him, and it's just like, "Yeah, sure is."
It had nothing to do with him. I was in a mood this morning.
So I woke up the other day, a couple days ago, and my eye was gunky, right? It wasn't feeling decent all day. Felt like there was an eyelash or something in there, and then it got worse. So I've had eye drops and shit. The problem is because I've been fucking with it, right? The flesh underneath the eye, between the gunk coming out and then me fucking with it, is irritated. So now the eye is getting better from the drops, but the surrounding skin and tissue is stingy. And I'm really getting tired of my face being stingy. Am I the only one that 10 minutes after there's an issue with your eyes, you're just ready to fucking burn the house down? Like, I get an eyelash in my eye, and if I can't get it out in 10 minutes, I'm up for 6 hours trying. I can't stand it.
Nah, but I'm trying to think of something that like really fucking bugs me. Like I will stop what I'm doing because it fucking bugs me that much.
Masturbating. You get a splinter in your peen.
Well, I'm sure that would probably stop.
You would hope.
Fucking
Mr. Numbnuts.
Yeah, I would hope. I've never gotten a splinter. I've never jerked off with a 2x4, but
I mean, you really should try. It's fun.
Never. You know what? It's never a bad time to
two
start.
of them.
Fuck, what would? Dude, I hate being rained on. I don't know what it is.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like a fucking like a cat. Like I.
So there's
hate it.
There's no romantic scenes with you and the wife where you meet in the rain and share a kiss.
No, I would fucking hate it.
Just you would push her on the ground and walk inside.
If I'm not getting wet on my own terms, like I fucking can't stand it.
That's funny. Like, what happens if you get caught in the, like, let's say you're taking your daughter to this party tomorrow,
right?
And it's pouring rain, and from the car to the house, how uncomfortable are you now?
I will not say I am walking very quickly.
Because now you can't even stand outside to smoke. Which, by the way, are you just not going to smoke? Or are you going to go outside? Or how are you going to handle that tomorrow?
I am going to park wherever I park.
Go to the car?
Burn one before I get my daughter. It's a 2-hour party.
We are talking about cigarettes, by the way. I don't want anybody to confuse it when you're dealing with your daughter. Cigarettes.
Yeah. I did talk about having a drink at like 10:30 in the morning, but that's a little
different. That's a wake-up boost.
It's supposed to be from 11 to 1.
That's not, at least that's not that long.
Right.
Is the wife joining you, or is it just you and her?
No, she's got to go to work. So
that sucks. So you're unprotected.
Yeah.
You've got no shield.
Yeah, no, I'm just there. Like, hey, you guys saw me at the last party too.
Remember me? I'm this girl's father. Don't call the cops.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand in this corner over here, just hang out.
Basically, like every high school party we didn't go to.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't turn into the ones I would go to because they turned into fights. So,
I still remember that one time that dude got fucked up and the other guy got bottled. And then they just went on the bus home. Was it Dave was his name? He was the brother of the girl I was working with at Dominic's at the time that had giant boobs. Can't remember his name, but him and his buddy was accused of grabbing some chick's ass.
Oh.
And they beat the shit out of him and bottled the other guy, and he had that giant goose egg in his forehead.
Was it, yeah, it's Manny.
Yes. Yeah. And then they got on the bus, and I remember being like, I went to work.
He has since passed.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I remember going to work and being like, yo, I think I know your bro, because it was that night where he's like, bro, that's my sister. And I was like, I think I know your brother. And she's like, oh, yeah? And I was like, is he okay? And she's like, oh, you do know my brother.
Yeah, he was okay from there, but not like, but he has since passed.
I mean, I'm going to imagine it wasn't natural.
No, I think it was health complications.
Due by drug use and alcoholism, or he had a genetic problem?
I want to say it was a genetic problem.
That sucks. I mean, he would be
went downhill.
How much older was he than he was in his mid-20s, right? At that point? He'd be about 40 right now?
Yeah,
late 30s?
Probably 37. 38.
It is kind of crazy. Like, you got buddies that die so young. Like, I mean,
I know
think about the old generations of like, oh man, Frank from the war died. Sad. And it's like, oh, yeah, no, my buddy from high school's dead. Weird.
Well, I don't know. You can conflate the two, but
I just did.
No, he was I want to say I might have still been living there, and he got like diagnosed with like hardcore diabetes, and he
Which
lost like 100 pounds. It was crazy.
it wasn't even that big.
No, yeah, he turned into like looked like he was in Auschwitz, and then
I like I like how you still make sure to say Auschwitz. So proper.
well, it's the correct
No,
pronunciation.
no, you're American. You say Auschwitz. You're Midwestern,
Well, I know how to
goddammit.
use the German dialect.
Yeah, figures.
I like the Wieners.
Yeah.
Um, I'm with his kidneys, I think, or something.
Yeah, that's not going to be natural. When you're talking kidneys and diabetes, alcohol will wreck
Well,
both.
no, he stopped drinking though.
Hmm.
He was
It depends if it was type 1 or type 2 diabetes. Like if it's
yeah,
type
I think
1,
it might
that's
have been
just
like undiagnosed type 1. Like
yeah,
he had
type
somehow just made it through 20 years of life.
shit. Yeah, type that's rough considering his entire life his body wasn't regulating insulin. Jesus.
I don't know. I'm talking out of pocket, but he has since passed. And it wasn't an overdose or anything like that. It was
Wonder what his sister would
maybe
have done.
something caused by something he had done, but
I'm gonna imagine his sister's like pulling on the white trash element. I remember when I was working, she came in and she was trying to steal pills, and I was like, "Hey, dummy, the Sudafed's locked up." She's like, "Oh,
what was his sister's name?
I, I couldn't, I can't, I don't remember."
Oh no, 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 no,
Victoria, Veronica, something like that.
no. Yeah, actually, I think I'm friends with her on Facebook.
You need to link me because I want to see old past.
Um, no, I was thinking of Fink dated a girl that was so Manny used to be in a band called Midget Parade,
Yes.
and they're I think that was her cousin. He played drums, I think, Ben, but he was like our age or a year or two older. He
Yeah.
wasn't as old as them.
No. There was a lot of
But
that
that
though.
was
There was a
that's why
weird
I was
mix
trying to.
at those Casa Meldita fucking shit.
Oh, he never. That was on Addison somewhere, like Addison, Milwaukee. That was those dudes' house.
No, yeah,
That's
Yeah,
Lewis.
Casa Meldita, yeah. That was over on
No,
yeah,
that was on Diversity.
Diversey off of not too far from Milwaukee.
Yes, but the show you're talking about where he got hit in the head with a 40, that was on like Addison and Elston or something.
Was it really? Oh, that's right. That was one of those ones where I was like happy it was close to my house.
Yeah, because that's fuck, I can't remember the name of that band, but that dude raps now.
Really?
The dude that hit him with the 40 raps now.
Well, I mean, he led a life of crime. He can be a rapper now.
Lewis.
Hey Gomez.
He's actually like a horror rapper, like Necro. Yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
Actually, I hated him when we were younger, and he's turned out to be a pretty cool dude.
Did you hate him because he beat the shit out of people you were associated with? Do you think?
No,
Do
I
you think
hated him.
Manny's buddy actually grabbed his girl's ass?
Yes,
I do too. I always
there's
did.
no doubt in my mind.
So, do you remember when we played fucking Narc for those crusty kids? It was the one girl ran away from home, and she and her crusty boyfriend were squatting in houses, and this mother, you and I were literally hanging outside because it was in between bands, and we were just
Oh
chilling.
yeah,
And
Jen and Vincent.
yeah, she walks up and she's in tears. Please, have you seen my daughter? She left the house. She hasn't come home. She might be with her boyfriend. And everybody's just playing this like, no, I haven't seen her. And they were just there. And you and I are
I did it just to troll.
you and I are standing there. And I remember us talking, being like, dude, that's her mom. And she's like crying. And you're like, yeah, fuck this. Let's tell her. And we were just like, yeah, they said they were going to this house.
No,
but but nobody challenged us on it either. They're gonna fuck with us.
they also if I don't know if they're still together, but they have like two kids and both have jobs. So
Am I supposed to be impressed?
yeah, from what they were.
I mean, it's high school though, so like you can be a crusty druggie and then like hit 17 or 18 and pull yourself out of it. You still got plenty of time there.
Yeah. No. Um.
Like I don't applaud people for breeding. Humans and
And
any
then the other
animal
dude
fucks.
from Midget Parade. So there were 4 dudes in Midget Parade. Ben, Manny. I don't know what happened to Ben, but he
He
played
died.
drums.
He was actually killed in a saw-like trap.
All right. Um.
No, nothing.
No, I
I
had
thought
nothing
that
for
I
that.
thought that was funny. Way to crush my spirit.
Adam
Adam.
had had a noise band called Winners in Osaka. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
Oh.
And then
Winters in Osaka.
yeah, and then I think he took some kind of like crazy cushy job because he can speak some weird language.
Nice. Good for him.
Um, and then Dorian, um, is still the guitarist for Noisier.
Tell me, you may live in Texas, but your Midwestern comes out in those Dorian.
Yeah, Dorian. I also I
Adam.
hate that I do it, but I do the oh, like almost bump into somebody.
I do that. Yeah, I do that too. Yeah, but I mean,
Apparently that's a Midwest thing.
Is
I
that
thought that was
really?
just a me thing.
I thought it was
Yeah.
like being a big. I thought it was being like a bigger dude thing. Because that was my like.
Now it's a Midwest thing, I guess.
If I'm walking through a crowd and somebody's about to bump into me, it's always like yeah. I will. I didn't realize that was a Midwestern thing. What is it in the South?
Oh, didn't. Oh, excuse me, young lady. And that's to anybody. It doesn't matter who it is.
I have read that Texas is getting more inclusive.
Also, fun fact. Manny was an incredible guitarist.
Fun fact. It's pop-up video. You ever watch that?
Yeah. What's a pop-up video?
You never watched pop-up? It was VH1 where they would play music videos, and it would be like a bubble, and it would have.
Oh yeah. I like that. I like those.
Yeah, I also used to watch VH1. I love the '80s. I love the '80s, and they had just B-level, C-level celebrities commenting on shit. Victor's going full burqa.
'80s, the '90s ones too. It's fucking cold out here, dog.
Well, then they had the I love the
Doggy.
'80s strikes. What
Doggy,
doggy?
it's cold out here.
40-year-old men shouldn't say doggy in reference to other people. What's the temp?
Nobody should say fucking doggy. Like 45, but
You got an iPhone or an Apple? Or iPhone, same thing. iPhone or Samsung?
iPhone. Yeah.
You should get an Apple Watch. My temperature's right on my watch.
I do have an Apple Watch.
You should wear it.
I hate it.
Why? These are cool pieces of technology. I got my screen all ridiculously customized and shit. I got fucking Netherlands time on this bitch right now.
I like the things it does.
Touches you in the naughty bits. I get you.
Yeah, I like how well it keeps track of my
time
steps, my blood pressure and stuff, and my time. Yes,
your time.
I've never been a watch guy, and I find it extremely cumbersome.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense for you. I like it quite a bit, and I haven't worn a watch in a while. The last one I had was a cheap Chinese smartwatch, which it worked and everything, but it was very limited. Like, it told you the time.
I will also tell you the amount of people that these smartwatches have turned into people that do this to look at the time.
See, I'm always
fucking ridiculous.
I'm always trying not to do that. I want to keep it where it is. So, like, basically, this is me at night. It used to be I would look at the phone, and now it's that easy. I love it for that. Like, if I know if it's whatever it is, I could just it's Discord. I don't give a shit.
Why don't you just get like a little digital clock radio?
I have an Amazon.
On your desk.
I have an Amazon show that would do the same thing essentially, but if I'm watching a movie, and I feel my watch vibrate. Oh, it's an email. Who gives a shit? Instead of picking up my phone, I use it a lot for that. I use it to track my workouts too,
No,
which is pretty
I
cool.
like all the things it does. It just I find it cumbersome. That's all. I don't
Now,
like wearing watches.
Are you a guy that when you do wear them, do you wear them on dominant or do you wear them on the opposite?
No, opposite.
Yeah, my wife wears hers on her dominant.
Is she a?
Maybe.
You're not supposed to.
Well, I mean, who says? The fucking watch gods?
I mean, that's just the custom, as far as I understand.
But who gives a fuck? Who's custom? I didn't sign on to this custom.
Also, I could probably argue, although I do have a dominant hand, I use my non-dominant hand a lot more than most people use their non-dominant hand.
I mean, for you, it'd be a factor of which hand is used more. It'd be more of a logistical thing.
Yeah, which one's easier to get into somewhere?
Yeah, I think for
Now, can I write with my left hand? No.
I think for her, it's more like, well, my dominant hand is my dominant hand, and I'm not sticking my hand into engine, so my instinct is boom, boom.
I think your wife because I called her.
What's that? You cut out.
I think you're just defending your wife because I called her.
No, I've asked her about it. She just tells me she's comfortable that way. That's how she likes it.
And you did not correct her false.
No, well, this was already after a beating that she was healing from. Like, you know,
Okay.
we'll revisit it. I put a pin in it.
All right, because I would have newspapered her nose and said no.
What an asshole thing! What do you're Andrew Tate, huh? Oh, by the way, the Romanian judge extended his detainment by 30 days.
Well,
they are going through everything he's got. They are trying to pin him to the fucking wall.
You know what I really think happened?
What? He got swatted?
Yes. By, believe it or not, Tim Pool.
The fuck? He's getting way too popular, guys. We need to fix this. I'm just a kid from the south side of Chicago.
Oh my god. Take your fucking beanie off. Shut the fuck up.
I know. Shut up about growing up on the south side, you fucking beatnik.
He grew up on the south side, but he went to Maine East.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Grew up on the south side with more money than me, so go fuck off. Your parents weren't poor.
Didn't you go to like Catholic school?
Probably. I mean, you only come out as like beta as he displays swords. Anybody listening, I'm going to put it this way. If you are thinking about coupling with a man who displays swords, end
Katanas.
End it. He is not grown up enough yet. There is a certain level of man that you reach where you look at a wall that's got a hanging katana and you go, this is... And you bring it down.
Regular old guns on display is also...
See, I'm the total opposite. Like, I want one of those wooden American flags that you press a button and it opens and you can fit a pistol or an AR or something.
That's a little different. That's not necessarily on display.
No, it's hidden. It's like a hidden compartment. I would love to get one of those.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like an old Colt revolver that you collected.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like a cool or like a chromed up lever action.
Yeah, something you would never shoot.
Well, if I had a lever action, I would take it to the. I would.
Well, yeah, okay, but
not if it was like an antique one. Like I'm talking like a modern.
That's what I'm saying, like an antique.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, go for gold. Like, if I'm gonna display a weapon in my house, it's gonna be a Civil War cannon. Like, I'm gonna go fucking big.
No, or like, I'm sure there's dudes that have like a musket on display, and like, yeah, that's cool.
The overly rich white people that have like the glass case for the pistols, like the made for display, they're just sitting in their like library or their office room next to a box of cigars. I just get an evil villain portrayal. I don't know why. Too many movies, I think. Have you seen Clerks 3?
No, is it out?
Yeah, it's on not streaming. It's on VOD. You could buy it. It's depressing.
Really?
Yeah.
How old everybody is?
No, I mean the movie itself. It has a definite, hugely sad arc to it. I don't want to spoil it, but like the ending is like, really?
Is it because Is it because Kevin Smith had a heart attack, then he lost a bunch of weight, and he wants to fuck his daughter?
Well, have you seen his wife? She's not. I mean, she wasn't good looking in Clerks 2.
Dude, she's in Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, like versus like Shannon Elizabeth and whatever the other hot
Yeah,
one
and
was.
it's like you're
And
out
it's
of
like,
there.
why is she? I remember saying like, why is she in this movie? And then like 4 years later, found out that that's his wife, and was like,
Hey
oh,
everyone, I
dude.
found Waldo right here.
Oh, dude, why?
That one's out
Like,
of place. Well, yeah, and then
you don't
like
let her do that to you.
they try to like, and even in Clerks True, they portray her as like the out of his league, overly hot chick, and it's like,
Oh well,
you're not.
to be fair, she is out of his league.
But she's still got a man face. That's the problem.
She's got a what's that stupid bitch's name? Sarah Jessica Parker,
Jesus.
Horseface.
Yeah, a little bit. That was rough, but yeah. I mean, I don't know what Sarah Jessica Parker Horseface ever did to you, but she should change her
Have
name
a face
to,
like a horse.
change her name to Sarah Jessica Parker Horseface.mpeg.
I was gonna say the third.
Oh, that's her. That's her daughter's daughter.
Oh yeah. Oh, dang. How old is she?
In the womb still, not created.
Didn't we talk about this already? But I think she's hot in.
Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
The only movie she's ever hot in.
Yeah, because she's a fucking bimbo.
And she's heavily makeup.
And she's looking for dick.
Well,
she's like, oh, I want dick.
That's an exact quote.
Like, I want dick.
Let's get some dick, ladies, and she just does this. Yeah. There is that scene where
she
they
does
all
pretty much do that.
Where even what's her face, the fucking Beth Midler's going dicks. They're all just in a circle. Yeah, I remember that from that movie.
Yeah.
I've seen that movie so much because it's one of my wife's favorites, and then we watched Hocus Pocus 2, and I just wanted to whip my TV down a flight of fucking stairs. It's bad.
Yeah, you know it's gonna make you want to whip me down a flight of stairs?
It's break.
So you said baby bladder break, or you said baby bladder, and I was like, yeah, baby bladder break, the triple B's. And for some reason, it made me think of like it's really fucking dumb, but like Dan Harmon, like I don't know, I can see like a bit being made out of it, like in his style, like my two favorite episodes of Rick and Morty are Interdimensional Cable 1 and 2.
I have not really watched that show besides the
really.
It's something, and it's my fault because I fell out of love with cartoons entirely. Like for some reason I have such a hard time. Like the last one I was able to digest was Archer, and even at the end of that show I started to fall off.
Dude, I need to watch like Interdimensional Cable with you.
I'm down to I want to get into it because I know it's hugely popular, and I played that game High on Life, which is.
I was gonna ask you if you played that. I was gonna segue into that.
It's fucking brilliant. It really is. Like
that's PC only, I think, right?
And Xbox, not on PlayStation. But no, that game's fucking brilliant. I mean, literally, if you use like the one weapon, if you're using him enough at points, will get bloodlust. And just be like, fucking kill them all! And then he'll just be like, I'm sorry, I don't know what got into me on that one. Like, the one gun, the shotgun, is voiced by JB Smoove.
Oh, that's cool. I can't believe how much he gets away with doing Morty's voice for everything and like
everything.
Rides.
Rick is within the game entirely too, just different characters. I see. That's the thing is like everything about Rick and Morty screams I should be interested. From the Back to the Future references of the doc and everything to the humor. I'm a big Community fan. I gotta try to get into it, and I think my wife is also heavily interested in getting into it. So like. It's just the problem is the time factor. Like, I'm up till like 3-4 in the morning every day. Can I binge watch Rick and Morty? Sure, but I'd rather watch it with her. And her and my time is throughout the week, especially, is limited. It's just there's only so many hours in the day, and I stream for 4 and if I have 5 of those, she comes home from work, she's tired, and it's it is what it is.
Well, do me a favor and save Interdimensional Cable for me.
We should we'll I mean
there's 2 episodes where they're flipping through, I guess, Interdimensional Cable.
Okay.
Channels. And just like so it's just like a fever dream of like what the fuck?
I mean, it's up to you. We can do a watch and react video, or we could just watch it off of stream. It could be, I mean, it could be content if you wanted to,
I
theoretically.
could probably do a watch and react.
Is they're what 22 minutes apiece
Yeah, it's whatever regular episodes.
with commercials. Usually now it's 22 minutes is the standard, really. Ooh, there's a new episode of
Yeah,
Hell's
yeah.
Kitchen. I fucking love those shows still so much.
Dude, I tried to watch I guess Hulu tried to do some show with Gordon Ramsay like in 2018. They
Well,
only did
the
one season.
the Hotel Hell.
No, it's him at home like cooking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that was over the pandemic.
It might have been, but I thought it said 2018. I don't know. I tried to watch it because like some of them, like I don't give a fuck about this like fucking weird French fricassee you're trying to make. Like I'm never gonna make that. Like
Yeah, yeah. There's
I
certain
don't know. I'm
things
not
where it's like,
interested.
well, the problem is like it's probably like who's gonna consume it? Like my wife will
I also
appreciate it. Like, you know what I mean?
I also find that he really convolutes things and makes them like high end. That's
Yeah,
cool and all,
yeah, he does.
but like I'm not doing that in my kitchen for the week.
Well,
You know what
that's
I
the
mean?
thing, right? The difference between um, what is it? Scrambled eggs with his creme fraiche and all that.
So
Like,
he turns them into like an hour thing. Like I'm
yeah,
making scrambled eggs. I'm done in 5 minutes,
yeah. I made scrambled
and it's good
eggs.
enough. Salt, pepper, cheese.
I had, I
Let's
had,
go.
I had a buddy over and I made breakfast and I made eggs and I do mine. I have a big 14-inch nonstick pan. So I did a shit house
Yeah,
full of for everybody. But I did them nice and slowly because it was a lot of fucking egg batter. And they
yeah.
came out like perfect yellow, fluffy, they were perfect. And my buddy looks at me and he goes, "You made these?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "These are like hotel eggs, man." And I was like, "Is that a compliment?" Like, I don't know. And he's like,
Those
"No,
are
yeah."
egg beaters.
So that's the crazy thing is egg whites are cheaper than eggs. I can get a
Like,
six count. It's either 6 or 8 count. I think 6 count of egg whites in a carton for $8, and each carton is like pint or 16 ounces,
yeah.
maybe whatever that is. So like that's weird. Although the problem with egg whites is no matter what you do with them, it tastes like boiled eggs, like hard boiled flavored egg.
I actually prefer egg whites.
Dude, I love a good yolk, especially when you get
I
some sunny side up, some over easies. You get
no.
there's some toast dipping in that.
I prefer wet yolk.
Wet
Like
yolk.
yeah, yeah. So over easy,
You don't like
whatever.
runny white though, do you?
I don't mind it.
I hate runny white. I don't want runny white.
It bugs my mom. Like she just won't eat it. She's like, oh,
It's goop. Cook my eggs proper, sunny side up, not runny white. I want a nice yolk that I can dip my toast in, but I want the rest of that egg cooked.
have you had soft boiled eggs?
Yeah,
Love soft boiled eggs.
especially
Hard boiled
when you're
eggs.
soft boiled's good on the with the holiday sauce. What are those called?
Oh, Benedict.
Benedict's, eggs Benedict.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, I'm not a big fan of like a hard boiled egg, like the yellow. No, I'd rather eat the white. I don't know.
Hard boiled egg the white is better if you're just eating the egg, but if you're
Yeah.
using them for like egg salad or something, you need that yolk.
No, yeah, for sure. Yeah, you do need the yolk. But like,
But I love eggs though, so like I'm the type where I mean, I've literally eaten a whole boiled egg on camera. So like,
yeah,
I like boiled eggs. We've all seen
multiple
it
times.
multiple times. Like, so I love eggs. It's just my favorite egg, and it goes back to being when I was raised. One of the few things my mom knew how to cook, even though back then thinking like she definitely overcooked the eggs, but I still overcook them on purpose when I make these. Just a basic egg sandwich, and all it was 2 eggs, bread not toasted with Miraquip on it, and then a slice of cheese in between the eggs. On the bread you go. There's your sandwich. It was something she would rarely make, and when she did it, it was like 10 degrees outside, and we had to walk 6.5 blocks to school. So she would make them to warm us up. And dude, to this day, there is nothing that beats a fucking just basic Miracle Whip white bread and eggs and Kraft singles, by the way. No fanciness,
Yeah,
Kraft
for sure.
singles. Best grilled cheese you can get for basic grilled cheeses. I also discovered that my oven, which is also a convection oven, toasts bread incredibly well. I made BLTs and I didn't want to toast everybody's bread. So I just took like half a loaf and put it on a big aluminum tray and threw it in there. Fucking perfect.
Wait, so your dad won't eat? He won't eat seasoned chicken, but he'll eat a BLT.
Well, you don't do anything to BLT. Don't season it. He'll eat seasoned chicken, but he'll just bitch about it. Well, I didn't like that seasoning on that. Although lately I've been scoring numbers. I made fucking. So I've been doing white trash dinners, and they've been working out. So I made chicken
Fish
parmesan.
sticks, mac and cheese.
No. I made chicken parmesan with chicken nuggets, all air fried. I got them nice and crispy. Then I put them in an aluminum disposable tray, sauced and cheesed them, threw them back in there. I made Salisbury steak with frozen Angus beef burgers. That was amazing. It was literally just fried them up in the pan, drained the grease off, but left all the seasonings and shit from the burgers in there. And then warm water and fucking basic brown gravy mix powder. And then get that in there, thicken it, and I cut the patties in half and threw it. God damn, was that good. And I got good marks on that one. The old man is like a fucking, like, he's the opposite of a coal miner. Like, dude thinks fucking pepper is spicy.
Yeah, my wife thinks pepper is spicy. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
I made something. I think it was country gravy. And he goes, and I like to put a lot of pepper in mine. For me, country gravy needs
cream gravy,
a lot.
Yeah, it should have a ton of pepper.
Needs a lot of it. And the problem with him is he's so bland that if I put the amount of salt and pepper I think should be in there, oh, that was really salty this time, huh? You should cut back on it because you got to remember there's salt in the meat too. And it's like what you don't get is this is how it should taste. This is the goodness. You're fucking nuts. It drives me crazy. I mean, the things this man has said about cooking, like you don't season meat before you cook it. That's for after.
Yeah, like if I go somewhere and get like a chicken fried steak, like they give me that white cream gravy, and I fucking over pepper that motherfucker. I want all the pepper.
You gotta. Like here's the
difference. Not so much.
Here's the reason why you don't add salt when you're in a restaurant to that though is because that's canned shit and it's all over salted. Like, there's so much salt in the canned stuff, you don't need to add salt, but the pepper you do.
Oh, yeah, no, I go to town on pepper.
Like, that's the thing.
My favorite thing to do...
Go ahead.
Like, in a restaurant, you get fries. Fucking, especially if they have, like, the ketchup squeeze. I ketchup squeeze, and then I fucking, like, I'll pour pepper.
On the fries?
Like, I'll take the top off the fucking pepper and pour it on there. Yes.
I don't do that.
Peppered ketchup. Try it.
I mean, I'll give it a shot. I've never tried that. I'm much more of a Thai chili sauce guy for everything. You ever had seasoned fries sauce with Thai chili or seasoned fries with Thai chili sauce?
Yes.
Fucking best. There's a reason why people use sweet and sour sauce.
I'm talking about what's
McDonald's.
Readily available.
You can get Thai chili sauce at any Mexican grocery store for like $5 for a bottle that's this big. Like, get out of here.
And I'm carrying it to a restaurant with me?
No, I'm not. I mean, for one thing, what kind of restaurant?
That's my thing.
What restaurant are you at that has a big ketchup squeeze bottle? It's not fancy.
I don't know, burger joint, barbecue joint.
There is a barbecue joint down by us that I've never tried because there's an explicit chance of being stabbed and or shot going there.
I bet it's good barbecue.
I know. I was telling
that face you made.
Dude,
really shows that you know it's probably badass.
I fucking drive by it because it's literally to get to her mom's house. I gotta drive by it, and it smells so like literally. They have the place where they smoke and do everything, and then across the expressway, they have another place that's open late because there's a place called the Black Cat Lounge, which is a bar that literally the restaurant next door you can get barbecue at. And it's always packed. It's 1 a.m. You go into the expressway, the roads are empty. Yet Black Cat motherfucking Lounge packed with cars. Black
I'm
only. If
telling
I
you.
go in there, vanilla faced, done.
I don't know. They might have fun with you.
See, that's the thing is I feel like I could go in there. Like I've been pretty well embraced.
And they'd be like, "Oh, look at this motherfucker!
Look at that big man, you get some ribs." And it's like, I am getting ribs. You're correct, sir. Nice to meet you.
Exactly what I'm doing here.
I'm here.
It's 2 a.m. and I'm getting barbecue. That is exactly what
I hear they have good hot links. Oh, they got hot links. Oh, sweet. I'm here for hot links. I love hot links. I was telling, so Jen's mom was in the fucking ER. And I don't know why I laughed about that. But nothing serious. And she got discharged last night. I know it was
something serious.
It's a bad time to laugh. I should have. It's nothing serious. Well, we don't know, but maybe. But she's out. And so she got discharged last night.
Dead.
I buried her in the backyard. And I got a big 7-foot deep hole. I hit a water pipe at first, but I dodged it a little. Just moved over. And so she got discharged at like 11 o'clock last night. Jen was asleep. And I told her mom, because she at least communicated, like I might be getting out of here soon. And I told her mom, and so it's like 11:15, and I get to the hospital, and I was like, I was freshly stoned. I forgot that she may potentially call, because like she was talking to doctors. She's like, I guess I'm not getting out of here for a while. And it was like an hour and a half later. So I was like freshly
I'm out.
Yeah. You need to come get me. I was like, all right. So I get to the hospital and I forget that they redid it in the underground. Like the ER is now in the underground. And I go like to the main entrance and I'm like, this is really dark. And none of those doors seem to be opened. And so like I drive around like twice and I'm just like, and I've been to this ER before. And I can't remember. And so finally I'm like, oh, that's right. Like I'm supposed to be doing 10 and I'm doing like 23 around this fucking roadway to get to the ER. And I get in there and I get her home and I'm driving by and I'm like, man, I got to order from this place. Because Black Cat Lounge was hopping. And I'm thinking maybe
Dude,
I can order it.
It might sound racist.
Go in there and maybe I'll be okay. But it is in a pretty rough area of fucking town. Like legit.
I'll go in there with you.
We'll both die.
If we die, we die.
Yeah. Hopefully I get to taste that goodness before I go. Like, what if they go to stab me and I'm like, can I hit a rib real quick and then you can gank me? Like, can I at least get this?
I would say, yeah, can I at least taste this rib?
I think that's fair. Like, can I get a link? Just a bite? Don't forget the bread. Come on.
Might come out as racist, but blacks are fucking good at barbecue.
It's not racist, it's fucking true, dude.
Blacks and whites are good at barbecue. Mexicans can fucking...
It's that Southern heritage, dude. Like, I feel like...
It is exactly what it is.
I feel like it's like... Isn't that kind of one of, like... I know we fuck around a lot, but that is kind of something that, like, really is a unifying factor of this country, right? Like, think about it. You just said blacks and whites. So what you're essentially saying is, doesn't matter your color, that Southern lineage comes out in that good-ass barbecue.
No, yeah, it is. And actually, I'd venture to say blacks are better at it than whites, but...
Well, we've talked about blacks being better at Freemasonry.
I don't know that they're better at it. It just seems like every time I see a masonry company that's black dudes.
Out here, too. I've noticed
that... Freemasonry, just
masonry. No, masonry. Freemasonry is... Whoops.
Freemasonry is a different thing.
I passed by
also,
this
there's
really...
a lot of black Freemasons.
Oh, down here, dude. So there's a really shitty... Like
they all have bumper stickers or the little emblem on their fucking car.
They all wear the rings.
Keychains.
But there's a really shitty Freemason hideout, whatever the fuck they call them, temple. I don't know.
A lodge.
There you go. Whatever. VFW lodge. There's a really shitty one out here. But then I was in like a nicer part of town, and I came across this thing that was like this beautiful, immaculate building, and I'm
almost like a church.
Yeah, but it's still whatever. It's trashy because it's like the only thing they had to say it was a Masonic temple was like a flag.
Yeah,
and it's like, I mean, what are the Freemasons doing to have funding anymore? Like, who the fuck is funding them? Your politicians. Dues for what? What do you get out of, like, do I get a pint of beer a week? Or, like, what do I get? The VFW, at least, if you're a veteran, gives you free beer.
You know, I don't know, but it does seem to be that, successful people are Masons.
So?
You know what? I work with a guy that was one. I need to ask him.
Yeah, record it. Tell him it's for an interview.
No, it's for, we've talked about it before.
We can
I
blur
just
his
don't remember what he
face.
said.
Voice.
But he was obviously a low level Mason.
I mean, I've read up on like Reddit boards and shit where current and past members have, and the gist I get is basically like we don't really do a whole lot of anything. We go through our kind of our
Yeah, I assume there's eating and drinking.
well, we go through our motion where we do our our symbolic type of thing where we
Yeah.
pray to the the masonry or whatever, and then they go over rules and they go over changes, and it sounds kind of like an LSC meeting.
I think it is, but I wonder what like so I think there's 34 degrees to masonry.
Yeah, but from what I understand, you can never achieve like if you're 34 degree, you're God in their eyes.
No, well, I don't know that it's exactly like that, but I know that I know once you get to like 28th or something like that, like higher up there's like different meetings that you go to.
So they decide who gets assassinated.
That's not what I'm saying.
I
That's
mean,
what I'm
so
saying.
who am I supposed to believe runs this world? You got the goddamn Freemasons who advertise on every old black man's Cadillac bumper I've ever fucking seen. You've got the Illuminati who
Yeah, but how
apparently
high
don't
are they?
exist. I don't know. I don't pull them over and ask them.
But the Masons are part of the Illuminati. If you
What part? Like, why is there? What is this? Why does the Illuminati got to be like government and have different goddamn branches? I thought the whole point of the Illuminati was not to have that.
Well, I think their whole point is that like to hide in plain sight. Like, yeah, anybody can be a Mason, but you're not getting to this level unless you're
Nobody's got any proof the Illuminati exists. Bilderberg. Bilderberg is pretty odd.
If you Bilderberg is odd, so is the World Economic Forum. If you look into it, it's odd.
It is. All that shit got somewhat exposed with Trump. Because when Trump was in power, every right-leaning voice tried to pull up any dirt they could on the left, and vice versa. It was just it was just
yeah, I mean,
it was
like,
a mini civil war for 4 years, 5 years, including the election.
But like George Soros and Klaus Schwab, like fucking Alex Jones has been talking about them for fucking 22 years, and like the shit's real.
Yeah, George Soros is somebody that is a real threat to this country.
So is Klaus Schwab.
Listen, you need to stop with the Nazi stuff.